Hey everybody, it's Nate here. Checking back in with an update with Melton training. I'm sitting in the truck in Waco, Texas. Kind of a unique situation. My trainer lives in this area and he just stopped by his house for a little bit of home time. So I took a little time off. And I'm staying here in the truck. We're going to get going tomorrow morning. This is starting, today is Tuesday. Or is it Wednesday? It's Tuesday, I believe. I don't know, I'm getting confused on the days. But we're starting week 2 of training. It's supposed to be 3 weeks of training. I was told that, the first week your trainer would probably be doing most of the driving, and then the second week I'd be driving more, and by the third week I'd be doing everything. But right when we first started, it was a week ago on Tuesday when I met up with my trainer. Oh, by the way, so the last update, I was just finishing orientation and I was in Ohio waiting to match up with a trainer. And I only waited one day. It was that Monday, and it worked out perfect because I wanted to have the weekend because I wanted to watch the Patriots game. I didn't want to jump right from the intensive orientation right into a truck. I wanted to have a couple of days to decompress, so I didn't mind waiting. But once I got through the Saturday and Sunday and the Pats game was over, then I was like, well, I hope I didn't... I hope I don't have to wait a long time now. And it worked out perfect because it was just Monday. I went down to the terminal and I was working on, some of the load sheets that they gave us, some of the homework. And Monday afternoon, Eric called me in and said, we matched up with a trainer. So I went and got a rental car and I drove to the next morning early to Columbus, Ohio, and met up with my trainer. So he was just dropping a load and so I got to help him unsecure the load and fold the tarps and everything, and then we took off and he started driving. But he told me, he said, whenever you want to drive, let me know. But I let him do all the driving all day Tuesday, and I was just observing and asking questions, and we were just talking and learning about the truck and just watching how he was driving. On Wednesday, he started in the morning, and then we stopped for a load check, tire check, and I said, I want to drive. He said, all right, do it. So I ended up driving over 500 miles that first day. He kept saying, he didn't know where I was going to be at, mentally, and whether I wanted to drive out my clock and, get to a certain spot. He was thinking I wanted to shut down. Like, he usually tries to shut down early, but I said my mentality, especially in the beginning of a trip, we were running from Ohio to Boston, and my mentality is to try to bite off as much of that trip in the first couple of days, because you never know what's going to happen, and if you take it easy the first couple of days, then the last day you might run out of time. And he liked that, but he didn't know what my mentality is going to be. But I told him, I says, I want to keep driving. And I actually got into some snow in Pennsylvania, and it wasn't bad. There was only like an inch, but it was slick. So it was a good introduction to real life of trucking. We shut down. I don't even remember. I had to go back and look at the logs. But I drove over 500 miles that day, and I can tell you exactly.
8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
I drove 516 miles that first day, and the second day he started in the morning, and then I drove 286 miles, and the third day I drove 332, and the fourth day I drove, that was my best day. I was going to get 640 miles. I mean, I drove my clock out, but what happened was I was at 588 miles. We were in Mississippi, I think, and a trailer tire blew. It was on the highway. There was a truck next to me. We heard pop, and he said, that was either you or the guy next to you. And I let the guy go by, and I looked. He didn't have any tires down. And I looked in the mirror, and I could see rubber peeling off the inside front driver's side trailer tire. Happened at a good spot because there was an exit ramp right there, so I eased it up off the exit and was able to pull up on the shoulder of the exit rather than being on the highway. We pulled over, called outside repair. They said 30 to 90 minutes. It ended up being more like 4.5 hours for the guy to come and change the tire. But, you know, I told him, I said, you know, I'm kind of glad it happened with the trainer because I got to experience a blowout, and you can't ever predict when it's going to happen. And it happened, so I was glad because I get to see going through the process of sending the macro, you know, everything that you do, calling outside repair, and the whole process. So now, the next time it happens, and it will happen, I'll probably be by myself, but I've been through it, so I'm not going to freak out. I'll know the deal. The next day, I drove 514 miles, and then the last day, 240 miles. That was the day we came here. We've been all across from Ohio all the way over to Boston, and then from Boston down through down the coast. We didn't go in the Carolinas. We stayed in Virginia, West Virginia, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, into Texas. So now we're in Texas. So it was a fun week. I got, you know, well over 2,000 miles of driving. I got to experience a lot of different conditions. I was in snow twice, a lot of heavy traffic, especially around Connecticut, New York, coming down through Houston. Houston was the worst, in my opinion, and several other cities. And I got to experience the long runs, you know, going through rural areas, you know, coming down through Virginia. I really enjoyed that. Georgia, Alabama, I really enjoyed that run. Starting to, you know, get a feel for what trucking is like, you know, and it's like when you get around the cities, which is usually where you're going to be picking up or dropping off, it's more stressful. But so, you know, the day you pick up your load and the day you drop your load off is more stressful, but those days in between, you have long runs and it's easier driving, and it's enjoyable. I enjoy all of it, but there are moments that are more stressful. When you come into a truck stop, if you run late and you're not pulling until 7 o'clock, it can be a stressful situation trying to back in. There's not very many spots, and it's dark, and there's 7 other guys pulling in behind you trying to get the one spot. But overall, I really enjoy every minute of it. I'm really enjoying this over-the-road lifestyle. I can't wait to get my own truck. I get all these, I can't wait to get it set up the way I want it. You know, I'm thinking about getting an air fryer. I want to eat in my truck for the most part. I don't want to eat at truck stops, and I'm thinking about what I want to get: an air fryer, microwave. They already have a fridge in them. But I'm just really looking. I'm going to get a TV. I just got this phone updated. That's what I've been doing today. I've been here in the truck. I haven't just been sitting here. There was some assignments that we had to do online for training, and I couldn't do it with my other phone. My data plan was bad. So yesterday, Chris took me to Verizon, and I got a new iPhone with an unlimited data plan. And I was able to watch the videos and take the tests, and I got my assignments. The sun is really bright here. I got my assignments done for Melton, because they give you monthly safety related type stuff they want you to do. So I got that done today. I was reading through the manual, reading about the Qualcomm. So I haven't just been sitting here. I've used this time wisely, I believe. But I've finished all my work, you know, homework for the day. So I think I'm gonna go get some chicken wings. I'm still following my keto routine. I'm doing pretty good. I mean, you know, a couple times I have a little bit of carbs, but for the most part I've been sticking to it, and I feel like I've lost a couple pounds this week. I don't have a scale in the truck, but I can just feel that I'm still losing weight, and I'm enthused because I feel like I can maintain my keto lifestyle over the road. And like I said, I'm really liking this. It's just, I feel comfortable in the truck. I don't feel claustrophobic. I'm really excited to get my own truck and get everything set up what I need. And coffee is a big thing to me, and I'm looking forward to getting a coffee maker and buying good coffee. Even though I will say I'm surprised the coffee in the truck stops isn't bad. It's a lot better than gas station coffee that I'm used to just stopping in my car. Most of these truck stops have pretty good coffee, but I still want to make my own. So I'm rambling now, but that's just a quick update. What am I at? 10 minutes! Holy moly! I gotta wrap this up. So everything still with Melton is good. I don't really have anything negative to say. Can't think of anything negative to say. This is going pretty quickly. I think I may not do the full 3 weeks of training. It sounds like I might be in a truck after 2 weeks. My trainer keeps saying that I'm doing things well, better than his previous trainees, I guess. So, but I still got room for improvement on a lot of things. But backing, straight line backing is easy for me. But I got to work on when I get like a 70 degree. It's hard. You can't do a 90 with a split axle. And I'm used to backing up a van where you can do a 90. So I got to work on the setup, some of these tight spots. But I look forward to more practice doing that. So yeah, that's it. An update. Probably the next update will be when I get in my own truck. And at some point, I'll probably show you around when I get it set up, see how I'm going to prepare my meals, when I'm eating and all that. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.